got it! Legends! What's up, boys? How are we, boys? What's up, Eric? How are you, my fellow Australian digger? How are you, mate? It's a term of endearment in Australia. It's a bloody strong one as well. Something that the war veterans used to call each other, the Australian diggers. What is up, Alex? How are you, mate? G'day, Trip. How are you, dude? What's up, Simply Kudos? What's good, dude? All the Aussie diggers love Dougie's Corner. They do, mate. It's true. They do, they do. We got you guys looking funny. You guys did. Do you think Arturo is innocent? We don't know what to think yet, mate. It's he said, she said. It is what it is. The camera was on the whole time. No, I don't think it was, mate. I think I just turned it on doing this. I think I knew exactly what I was doing, Big Eric. Still on. I'm aware that it's still on, idiots. God almighty. I'm aware that it's still on. I did this. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's get on. I will not. What's up, real Bruce Wayne? How are you, dude? It's on right now. I know it's on. I know the camera's on. I'm doing a stream. There's a light when the camera's on. I can see when it's on. There's a light right here at the bottom of the webcam. God. How are you, real Bruce Wayne? Good to see you, man. What's on? What are we doing? What's happening? President Francis Ngannou being an African warlord. I run the country with motorbikes. I run the country riding in circles on my motorbike. We're gonna talk. Jeez, we're off to a great start, chat. We're gonna talk about ESPN's insane top 30 fighters under 30 list. That's what we're going to be talking about in today's stream. Because, quite frankly, we don't know anything about Ilia Topuria and his wife. And everyone's already talked about it on MMA Guru. And I've already done a video on it. And there's really nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say about it. You don't know if he's lying. You don't know if she's lying. You don't know if the UFC's lying. You don't know if Queen Bee is lying. We don't know anything. We just got to let it play out. So we're just going to park it because it's teenage drama at this point. It's he said, she said. So we're just going to park it. We're going to leave it. And we're going to look at ESPN's top 30 fighters under 30. Dude, some shit always happens to US fans when we get some good popular fighters. I know, Trip, but that's because it's cage fighting. Like, we can talk about that. That's cage fighting, and this is what cage fighting is. It's a sport of psychos for psychos. We can keep pretending that they're proper athletes, but they're not. And quite frankly, even if they were proper athletes are psychos anyway. They're very high testosterone, competitive individuals that are given a lot of money when they're very young. There's a reason that athletes are always the ones sort of spazzing out in the world. They're not normal people. And now we're at the weirdest level of athlete. These guys are cage fighters at the end of the day, not athletes. So there's a reason this sort of stuff always happens in MMA. Now, that's not saying Ilia did it. That's just saying there's a reason that this sort of shit always goes down in MMA. And it's because of the kind of athletes that MMA has to deal with, right? Putting your wife in a place equals abuse, can we be honest? I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to give you my personal take on any of that. Eric? Yes. Ilia followed Connor's plan to a T, apart from one tiny mistake. He married into money. Also, Ilia hasn't gone to welterweight yet. He's speed running the decline. We have to go to welterweight. Then we can assault our wives. What's up, UFC 12355? Good to see you, mate. Number 30 is Anshul Jabli. Anshul Jabli should be on number 30. He could beat Khabib. The lion does not care about the whiff. The lion beats Khabib. Ilia KO's men and whip. Well, this is how we know she's lying, because she's still conscious enough to have Instagram stories. And, I mean, that's the dead giveaway right there. You know, that's the dead giveaway. As soon as Ilia collabs with Cristiano Ronaldo, he gets allegations on him. Ronaldo has rape allegations, which is why he doesn't ever visit America. Well, I mean, again, this is the sporting world. And, like, it's again, I don't want to harp on about it, but this is the mix of the sporting world. You've got the kind of athletes that are world-class athletes. They're highly competitive men. They're very high on testosterone. They're super tribal. They're old school sort of men, you know, the original flavor of men, if you will, before the progressives tried to change what being a man was. These are what athletes are. And then they're superstars, and they're mixed with a lot of money. Then, on the inverse side of that, you've got young women that want to be around these athletes because these athletes are rich, fit, famous, and again, high testosterone men. And those kind of women, you know, they also want to steal and leech from that. And it's just a bloody mess. And it's a bloody mess across all sports. So we don't know yet. We don't know. So let's just park it. How are you, Install Driver? How are you, man? How's the day plastering? It was very chilled today. Very chilled. It was just finishing stuff off, mate. The lion does not concern himself with the stench of Pajits. Exactly right, mate. Talbot would never beat a woman. Oh, Talbot would absolutely beat a woman. Have you not seen how John Jones beats women? They are the ones that would beat the women the most because they are disgusted by them. Breaking news. Frank Ocean is claiming that Peyton Talbot domestically abused it. That's it. Peyton Talbot's... The men can get it. The women can get it. That dude beats up everyone. Right, let's have a look. Let's go over to our list. The hell? Get on out of here. Go on now, get. Right, this is the list. ESPN MMA's top 30 athletes under 30 years old. ESPN's top 30 athletes under 30 years old. They've gone with Ilya Topuria as the number one MMA fighter under 30 years old. Then they've gone with Dakota Ditcheva, Joshua Van, Jack Della Maddalena, Michael Morales as the fifth best athlete under 30 years old. Michael Morales is above Ian Gary, with Umar Nurmagomedov over in the PFL. Umar Nurmagomedov. Natalia Silva is the 9th best athlete. Natalia Silva is a better MMA fighter than Arman Sarukian, according to ESPN. Erin Blanchfield is above Nasruddin Mavov and Brendan Allen and Gene Silva and Benoit Saint Denis. Fucking Erin Blanchfield is above Yusuf Zalal. You can tell some blue-haired liberal chick that has never watched MMA in their lives have put this list together. Hang on. This is the person that's put this list together. Alright, yeah, this is perfect. Yeah, this blue-haired liberal chick has put this. Alright, so this is ESPN's top 30 out of 30. Let's put the creator of this list here. Yeah, that's it. That's ESPN's top 30 out of 30. I think we can do better, chat. What do you reckon? Do you think we can do better than Shaileen's fucking top 30 out of 30? I think we can do better than Shaileen's top 30 out of 30. Let me read some chats. Fucking, this is ESPN's top 30 out of 30. Who the fuck did this list? Alright, where am I up to? Let me read some chats. Alhamdulillah, Dougie, as you guys say in Australia, as we like to say in Australia, Alhamdulillah. Johnny Mate beat his mate. Johnny Mate did beat his mate. That's what I covered up dispatch for our main dispatcher and looked like that's what's up. I covered dispatch for the main dispatcher and locked in hella work today. Well, good for you, Install Driver. I'm happy that you were able to lock in some work today, mate. That's good to see, dude. Hello, Frank Walker, National Tiles. We will beat our wife in court, in a court of law. Bo Nichols should be taken off the list. Bo Nichols should absolutely not be on the fucking list. Well, where is Bo? 24th? Yeah, he shouldn't be on the list. What's up, Bilal? How are you, dude? We're just checking in on ESPN's top 30 MMA fighters under 30 years old. This list is horrible. This list is fucking horrible. I heard Ilya's son is from a different woman. I don't know. Then I don't care. Talbot would head kick a woman off a nasty 360 on a pole. The man head spun might be surprised. Talbot would head kick a woman off a nasty 360 on a pole. The man he spun on might be surprised. It's true. Peyton Talbot's spinning around on a pole. If there's a woman near him, he's kicking her in the face. Never to hold hands. Ilya's son is indeed from his first wife. Okay, there you go. Arman Tsarukyan is way too high on that list. No, he isn't. Arman Tsarukyan should be higher. Arman Tsarukyan is maybe the best lightweight in the world. Wait, is Paddy above 30? Yes, I think Paddy is 32, 33. Dakota Ditchever is number 1 if she was in the UFC. No, she wouldn't, Johnny. Stop it. ESPN is retarded. I'm not saying that these people are retarded, but these are the people that have made this list. You can tell. You missed my chat. I didn't, real Bruce Wayne. I'm just catching up on them now, dickhead. Your dong always makes my list. Your dong is always on my list, master. Ilya is moving from wives faster than he is moving on to weight classes. Well, you know, when you've been kicked out of 109 marriages, the problem is probably anti-Ilyaism. You're just angry that weak peak masculinity, you're just angry that that's what peak masculinity looks like in 2025. That is not what peak masculinity looks like. If anything, that's peak femininity in 2025. Jugger! M4 operator! What's up, mate? So you're telling me that some made the list. I am telling you exactly that, Bilal. Say Song Yadgong without smiling. No, Song Yadong just makes me happy. I used to be the project manager and the dispatcher at the same time. Now I'm the senior project manager and I manage the dispatcher. Well, everyone look out. Install drivers moving up in the world. Kevin Villalobos has done more than Raul Rosas Jr., not gonna lie. Yeah, well, you know what? Let's do that first. Let's get the fuck Aaron Blanchfield the fuck out of here. Aaron Blanchfield can fuck off and get out of this. We're going to make our own list. We're going to make our own list, right? So we'll get Kevin Vallejos on the list and we'll get Aaron Blanchfield out of them. So this was obviously ESPN's list. Now we're going to make the Dougie's Corner list. Hang on a second. Right, now it's time to make the Dougie's Corner top 30 for 30. Let's do the Dougie's Corner top 30 for 30. Obviously, we got to get rid of this ESPN because this is now the Dougie's Corner. Yes, there we go. That's more Dougie's Corner-esque, isn't it, chat? That's more us. Right, the Dougie's Corner top 30. The Chads top 30. We'll get rid of that. Yeet that off. Do we have a Dougie's Corner logo anywhere? Anywhere nearby? No, just a bunch of asses. Appropriate. Highly. Oh, we do have a Dougie's Corner logo somewhere. Yes. Excellent. Get past the asses. There we go. And instead, we'll have a Dougie's Corner top 30. All right. Right. So let me go back and read some of your chats and we'll keep up ESPN's top 30. I'll read some chats and then we'll do the Dougie's Corner top 30. Perfect stuff. Absolutely perfect. What a stream I've come up with today, chat. I told you we'd have plenty to talk about during the break. You never trust me, chat. You never trust me. Ilya forgot the number 1 rule in the Mac Life Handbook. You cheat on her for 15 years before you marry her. You fuck midgets before you cheat on your wife. Everybody knows this, mate. I wasn't talking about a stripper pole, Dougie. My apologies, never holds hands. Shit list, Van should be number 1. He is the fighter of the year. He is the fighter of the year, but I don't know if he's the best MMA fighter under 30 years old. So I don't know if you can have him as number 1. So what do you think Ilya roughed up his missus? Honestly, Bilal, we don't know, dude. I mean, it's a relationship. You never know. We're just going to have to let it play out, brother. How are you, Christian Great? What's up, dude? Why is your ex-boyfriend on the left of the screen? Because it's ESPN's top 30, and if you read the list, you can tell that this kind of person is who made the ESPN top 30 list. It reeks of liberalism. My cursor isn't going where it should be anymore. There we go. Reeks of liberalism, Christian Grey. So we're letting the liberals know that we're onto them. Dougie can't read sarcasm. No one can read sarcasm. There's no inflections. What's up, Jock? How are you, mate? Dougie, you bloody drongo, mate. There's no way you said Talbot was the most improved. Tell me these rumors are unfounded. Peyton Talbot is the most improved fighter of 2025. He started off with the least amount of skill sets. He was out-wrestled by a 40 21-year-old Brazilian man, and then went on to win 2 fights and out-wrestle an Olympian. Peyton Talbot started off the year with the worst set of skills and made the most improvements of 2025. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. If Ilya's wife needs any emotional support, I'll happily oblige my services. You know what's up. You get it. You know what's up. I'll let it. Look, if she ever needs a hole filled, you just let me know. Oi, Justin Kennedy, how are you, mate? Van is number 2 on the list of top 35. We'll have a look. I don't know about Van being at number 2. We did the list. Dougie, don't miss the small outs on 150 and them no longer down under. All right, Christian Gray, thank you. Go back to the arses for scientific reasons. You weren't here for that stream, never hold hands. You missed out on us rating the best arse of 2025. Can we get a woman instead of that gay man? No, right? This is the list created by the Chads. So obviously we'll have the Chad there. Paddy just messed the cut. He turns 31 in January. Poor Paddy Pimlich. Make the background just bums. Damn, the brother's star. No, just a bunch of asses on the background. Calm down, dude. Are we sure that ESPN meant the actual top 30 fighters? It could be the top 30 fighters this guy would like to get pegged by. You know, that's a good point. Maybe this is the top 30 under 30 that this person wants to get pegged by. We shouldn't have assumed what their list meant. I mean, when leftists are writing things, you should never assume that words have meaning because everything is just a social construct. Fucking idiots. I gotta stop bagging leftists. I'm on YouTube, not on Rumble. All right, Eric, I'll see you soon, mate. But what if it's Islam? But what if it's bloody Islam Makhachev, mate? I think Islam's 34. If he is fighter of the year, how can he not be above all the other guys in the current year? That doesn't make any sense. Because he had the best year doesn't mean he has the best skill sets, mate. How the fuck is Yadong below Bo Nickel? Because Bo Nickel always wants to be on top of a Yadong. Jock says Peyton Talbot is not the most improved. Barcelos is far better than we thought, and Cejudo has fallen off more than any of us thought. That's your interpretation, but you know the fun thing, Jock? It's my award to give out. And I say that Peyton Talbot is the best improved fighter of the year because of the inverse of the reasons you just wrote, and you can't do anything about it because it's my list. I don't remember Yadong ever quitting. True, Yadong has never quit in a fight. He's above him. Dougie, you survive. Yes, real Bruce Wayne. I'm in Melbourne. Raja Jackson is not making this list. What a travesty. I mean, Raja had one of the cleanest TKOs of the year. Let's do the best over 30. No, we're going to do the best under 30. Right, let's do the best under 30. Dakota Ditcheva isn't even in the fucking list. Just by the way, Dakota Ditcheva is not in the list. She's a woman, number 1. And number 2, she's in the fucking PFL, okay? So we'll fuck that off for 1. We'll get rid of all these numbers. None of that. Jack Della Maddalena at number... Michael Morales. Oh my god, what is this? We're going to have to redo this entire list. Usman Nurmagomedov. That's the PFL guy that just lost his fight to Paul Hughes, yeah? He just lost his fight to Paul Hughes from the PFL. So Usman Nurmagomedov isn't on this fucking list. Like, he might be on this list, but I doubt it. Maybe. He is the lightweight PFL champion. He might be able to go on the list, but we'll have to think about that. We'll put him in the I'm thinking about it pile. We're not putting him in the you're on the list absolutely pile. Kevin Vallejos needs to get talked about as well. All right, so that's a good start to talk about. We can fix that as we work on it. Let me read some chats. Raul Rosas Jr. is number 30 on the list. Raul Rosas is there. I wouldn't be mad if we got a message on Discord saying Dougie won't be streaming for a while because he has to take a spreading job in Spain. I've got holes to fill in Spain, guys. The holes need to be filled. Call a doctor if your dong doesn't quit after 4 hours of hard sparring. That is true. If you've been hardly working at your dong for 4 hours and it still hasn't quit, you might need to see a doctor. Morales should be 15th at best. Yeah, Michael Morales. What were they thinking, having Michael Morales as 4th? As 4th. He beat Sean Brady. He's just a up-and-coming knockout machine. And they have him as the 4th best MMA fighter. in the world under 30 years old. No, dude. No. No, son. Holy shit, no. I gotta put a lock on that so that stops moving around. Right, Vallejos, Usman. Alright, we'll think about them. What the fuck are they thinking, man? What were they thinking, dude? Top 3, Ilya, Arman, and Van. Yeah, Arman needs to be so much higher. We're gonna take Arman out as well. Arman Sarukian needs to be well higher than fucking below all these people. Insane. God almighty. JDM is above the list. He elevated beyond list. JDM sits above it, looking down at it, going, you guys wish you could be as good as me. Let's guess UFC fighters body count. I'll start at Connor, 1,500. Oh, yeah, true. Who has the highest body count of fighters? It'd go Conor McGregor, then Tracy Cortez. Who do you reckon would be next? Then Ioana on Jacek, by the sounds of it. Then Peyton Talbot. You know how they get around. Does drug cheating DQ you from the top 30 under 30? Nah, we're going to assume they're all on drug. Considering Dougie's roots, I'm surprised he's revealed that... Okay, thank you, real Bruce Wayne. Let's just calm down on YouTube the day after this happens and the Australian authorities are talking about locking down on it. Jack should be number 4, or you swap Van and Jack is making number 4. Jack can be... Yeah, Jack is above Joshua Van easily. Rarosa says, so he's not even on the list. Do we even count the PFL at this point? That's what I mean. Like, you guys have been with me on the live streams. Don't make me do it again. But I'm not going to do it again, but I'm just going to remind you guys, there are 10 lightweights in the PFL. There are 10. There are 10 lightweights in the PFL. Just to get ranked in the UFC, you've essentially got to go through like a 30-man tournament. We've got fighters in the UFC right now on 4-fight win streaks. They can't even sniff a ranking in the top 15. They have to go through the regional scenes, then contender, sometimes twice. Then they've got to fight in the UFC. Then they've got to get a 4-fight win streak in the UFC. And then the UFC say, maybe we'll think about giving you a fucking ranking. In the PFL, they have 10 lightweights overall. Overall. 10 lightweights. That's how deep their division is. To even put a PFL fighter in the top 30 MMA fighters under 30 years old. The only way that you could have Dakota Ditcheva or Usman Nurmagomedov there, or Erin Blanchfield there, Erin Blanchfield above Nasruddin Imavov and Yusuf Zalal and Jan Silva, is if you are this guy. You have to be someone like this. Man or woman, whatever that fucking thing is. So we'll do it ourselves and we'll do it properly. Unbelievable. Fucking ESPN. Hey. Most improved is clearly Paul Craig. He started the year getting KO'd regularly. Now he's in the position that he'll never be knocked out again. Not a bad argument. Paul Craig has gone from getting knocked out every weekend to guaranteeing that he'll never be knocked out again. His life has most certainly improved. Not bad, Jock. Not bad. CTE Volk on there. He still thinks he's 27. Hang on a minute. What do you mean I'm dying of arthritis? I'd rather count Ryzen over PFL. I'd honestly have Ryzen and Cage Warriors above PFL. Not a joke. Ryzen and Cage Warriors can both go above PFL. To be honest, Sean Brady was number 1 in contender. He was number 1 in contender in the rank. No, I think he was number 2. Not number 1, but still splitting hairs. But I get what you're saying. Gable Stevenson is above Bo Nickel. No, he isn't. Where is Jose Aldo on the list? I mean, we don't know how old Jose Aldo is. That's a good point. Morales' striking makes me cringe. It's zero technique. I don't know about zero technique, but yeah, he's on the like hype train right now because he has knocked people out. So obviously MMA fans are going to be like, whoa, 3rd best MMA fighter in the world. He isn't. Morales is above Bo Nickel, though. Morales is above Bo Nickel. I'll give you that one. Dead bodies? Probably John Jones. I reckon Alex is up there, low-key about... Alex is up there, but low-key about it. Alex... Who? It's men's fighters under 30 years old. Paulo Costa's body count must be massive. Oh! We're talking about the body count thing. Yes, sorry, I'm behind. We're talking about the body count thing. Yes, Alex Pereira's body count... Yes, would be right up there as well. I agree. Sorry, guys. I'm so far behind on the chat. Let me catch up. Izzy's body count is high if you also count dogs. Oh, man. Don't worry about the puppy. You'll put that puppy in there. What UFC fighter bangs twinks? Peyton Talbot. He doesn't even hide it. It's absolutely Peyton Talbot. Yeah. Dougie, what's with the sweat? You ill, mate? I'm not sweating. I'm just old. This is just how an old person looks, Kyle. The country with the most gun control wants more gun control because it didn't work. Don't you know? They did it with legal rifles. They got their guns legally. They committed murder with legal weapons. They didn't want to break the law before they went and shot up. They did it legally. They did everything legally, so the laws obviously aren't working. Think about it, mate. The PFL is the top 10 lightweights in the world. Yeah, they just happen to have all the best 10 lightweights. Chris Duncan would be the PFL lightweight champion. That's the difference in skill level. You're not even wrong, Jock. Chris Duncan would be the PFL lightweight champion. Mackenzie Dern, 75, over 75, easily. Mackenzie Dern, easily. You have to include Usman because Khabib is his cousin. I don't have to do shit. And Usman lost to Paul Hughes, so he definitely isn't making the list. That's what happens when Disney owns ESPN. Yeah, well, thank God we're not with ESPN anymore. I would put Karate Combat over PFL. Honestly, Johnny. That one actually isn't the worst statement you've ever made. Pat Barry has the under 15 for 15, and Movsar Evloyev is checking it every day. Also, despite what Sish says, Rose isn't the best. Despite what Pat Barry says, Rose Namajunas is indeed not the best. What's up, Northwest? How are you, dude? I hope that you're doing well over the Christmas season, man. You guys should ban guns so this never happens. Yeah, I know. It helped so much the first time, shouldn't it? Right, let's return to our list. All right, cool. So is Ilia Topuria the best fighter under 30 years old? I would say that Jack Della Maddalena is easily above Joshua Van. Easily above Joshua Van. So Jack goes there. Now, Ian Gary is a deeply underrated fighter. Let's move these to the side. We'll get to the 20s and the 30s. Let's focus on the top 5 and we'll work our way down for once. Ian Gary is a very, very underrated fighter. Very underrated fighter. All of his wins are aging really well. None of them have faded off. Even his loss to MVP is actually aging really... No, sorry. He even beat MVP. And even MVP is beating all of Ian Gary's wins are aging well. What's up, Nacho? How are you, dude? Yeah, I actually rate Ian Gary quite highly. Umar Nurmagomedov, Natalia Silva at number 5 is insane. She can get the fuck out of there too. Natalia Silva is insane. Erin Blanchfield is insane. She can get the fuck out of there. Erin Blanchfield can fuck off. Right, Nasadina Mavov. Nasadina Mavov is obviously very underrated. So the question is, do you have Nasadina Mavov above any of these names, chat? Do you have Nasadina? I would have Nasadina Mavov above Joshua Van. I would have Nasadina Mavov above Joshua Van. Yeah. I would move Joshua Van down, to be honest with you guys. Let me read some chats. How are you, Nacho? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, dude. Where are the Indians on this list? Fucking Indian MMA. Control X, mate. Delete and copies in one thing. Control X deletes and copies in one thing. I don't believe you. Gary is overrated. Gary's underrated. Criminally underrated. There's an Akudo dojo near my house. Should I go in there and laugh at them? No, they've got the same skill level as the PFL. Van is above Ian. You reckon Van's above Ian Gary? I don't know, man. Pat Barry could have been a great pimp or a sugar daddy. No, you can't pimp out children. Can we do a top 30 Serbians lift after this? Mila Jokovic. Oh, yes. Nokana Djokovic. Yes. Nikola Tesla. You know what? We can do a top 30 Serbians after this. Can we vote for PFL versus Street Beef to see which one is more relevant in MMA? Street Beefs is more relevant in MMA than the PFL. I beat MVP. Beat MVP, lost to Shavkat before he had a big tummy ache or whatever. Dude, Ian Gary is very underrated. What the fuck is this list? Quail and Salkit. Nacho just rocks up. What is this list? Quail and Salkit. Nacho, we are looking at... This is the official list that ESPN released. This is their top 30 fighters under 30 years old. Just take some time while I read the chats out, Nacho, to read some of the fucking names on this list. So obviously, we are fixing it because it couldn't be more wrong. No woman should even be near the top 10. I completely agree, real Bruce Wayne. Dougie rates Gary high because they both dream of stop it, Mr. C. Who would be between Sean Woodson and Pat Barry? Alien versus Predator. Ooh. Alien versus Predator. It's over 18. Help me, Rose. Why is Ruffy above BSD? I don't know. It doesn't even make any sense. You can tell that the bluehead freaks at ESPN don't even watch MMA. It doesn't make any sense. So yes, obviously we're swapping Ruffy and BSD as we do our own list. The proper list. The correct list. The Chad's list. The Dougie's Corner list. Ian Gary can be in the top 5 while he watches the top 4. Well, as long as he's on a chair, he would have it. I would have him above JDM. Who? You would have Ian Gary above JDM? Too far. Connor did it with someone under 30 centimeters tall. Like Connor had sex with a midget. Van just got the belt. Yeah, Van got the belt, but we all know that he's never going to defend it, and he got a little bit... He had a good bounce. He had a very good bounce. Look, when Van caught the kick and dumped Pantoja, he got a little bit, he had a bit of a good bounce with how it went down. Before he does, Control X is cut, which is also copies. All right, let's try it with Nasruddin Imavov. Control X. Oh my God, it's deleted it. Now Control V. Holy shit! Holy shit, chat! I've fucking got a superpower, chat. Control X. Oh my God. I can save so much time now, chat. It's like discovering a whole new continent. What's up, Cheddarhead? How are you, dude? How are you, Capatheist? What's good, man? What's good? What's good? What's happening? Why are we yelling Frankie? What's happening? Where am I up to? Anyway, doesn't matter. Control V also paces. I know Control V paces. What is this list and where is Joshua Van? All right, we're going to go back. This is what we're doing today. We're correcting this list that ESPN put out. Let me read some chats. I would say top 30 Scotsman, but it's not fair to limit our greatness to just 30 of them. It's good to have you back, Jock. My brother's acting like a mental case a week before Christmas. There is no UFC for 6 weeks. Hit him, Junior. Hit him. Hit him until he calms down. If he doesn't relax, hit him harder. Fight Night Frankie said it's on a Frankie rate. Oh, thank you to Frankie. You're a legend, brother. I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Can't wait to do a collab with you over the Christmas break, Frankie. To everyone who's here from the Frankie stream, what are we doing? We are correcting ESPN's top 30 under 30 today. Good to have you all here. Subscribe to the channel if it's your first time. I still can't believe JDM lost to a southpaw leg kick and a double leg. Yeah, I know, and he was crying about it as well, K-Dot, which makes it even worse. Salkill belongs on the list. You know what? Quail and Salkill does belong on the list, man. They should strip Ilya and move Armin to the champion. They do need to think about stripping Ilya. Armin is the real lightweight champ. Van loses to decent strikers. You've said a lot there. Yeah, Armin is getting fucked out of all of this. We're making a list and we're checking it twice. We're making a list, Capatheus, the top 30 fighters under 30. Van will be closer to 30. Yeah, Van will be quiet down. Who you got your local twink versus ex-French Special Forces soldiers, maybe some innocent civilians. I don't know who's the local the local Kiwi, not the local twink. BSD is going to destroy Dan Hooker. Destroy him. How you been, Cheddarhead? I hope you're well, mate. What's good, dude? Impression of the blue head putting together this list while playing Magic the Gathering and drinking Mountain Dew. Oh, we've got to have a girl as number 1. Too far? We'll have her as number 2, legends. Who's that Erin Blanchfield? She's easily just outside of the top 10. What's MMA? What's MMA? What is MMA? I'm just judging it by their outfits. Fucking guys. Impression of blue head. We just did that one. Send Amin 2 to 3 years PFL and forget, brother. You want to be MMA champion, Amin Sarukian, you go to a PFL. The twink is back. The twink is back, mate. We came over from Frankie's stream. Nice, man. Where are the twinks at? There we go. Nasruddin is above JDM. Nasruddin is not above JDM. No, I won't do it. Who's the hottie with the blue hair on my screen? It's a standard ESPN employee. That's Dougie's ex with the blue hair. All right. Ateba Gautier deserves to be in the top 15. 23 and looks like an expert. I mean, I'll chuck him in the top 30. I'll give you an Ateba Gautier. I'll chuck him in the top 30. What is he on, a 4-fight win streak? 3-fight win streak? I'll give you an Ateba Gautier. Right, so we've all had a good look at ESPN's. I can now move down back to our list. Cool. That's a great picture of a liberal. Isn't it just such a fucking liberal cheddar head? Dougie's mind is stuck on twinks. You guys keep bringing them up. What's up, Frankie? Thank you so much for the raid, dude. I appreciate it, man. Can't wait to do a stream with you, hopefully over the Christmas break, man. Frankie raided Dougie. Frankie did raid Dougie. No, thank you, dude. What's up? What's up, Blumpkin Enjoyer? How are you, man? Welcome to the stream. If anyone wondering what we're doing, we're being racist, Islamophobic, right, thank you, M4 operator. Farting prevents Alzheimer's. I'm not even kidding. That's true, Junior. That is true. Ilya Tapura is the number 1 open guard. Oh, right. Let's move on down. Frankie Red, there we go. Definitely, bro. Nice, nice, nice. All right, cool. So this is our list. We're fixing it. We've got Ilya Tapura as the number 1 fighter. Then we've got Jack Della Maddalena, Joshua Van, Ian Gary. I think we're going to move Joshua Van down lower. You motherfucker! Control X. Oh my god, it worked. Oh, I'm saving so much time. Alright, we've obviously got JDM, the Australian, as number 2. Second best fighter under 30. Ian Gary is number 3. Umar as number 4, Nasruddin Mavov at number 5. Now, I know this is wrong. It feels wrong. It doesn't feel right at all. It doesn't feel right at all. Now, where am I up to? Dougie does a scary good gay impression. Well, you know, I went to an all-boys school. Armin is named after a jiu-jitsu position. Armin. Oh my god, you've blown my mind. Frankie told you, grown-ass man talking about twinks. All right. Ethan Ewing is top 30. No. ESPN lists stay the worst. Wasn't it just the worst list you've ever seen with your eyes, Frankie? These are the requirements to be a UFC fan. It is true. Sub to Frankie. He's one of the boys. Frankie is one of the boys. Sub to him. I thought Hamzat was 29. Hamzat's over 30 now. Apparently, Ilya's wife deserves to be on the list too. She has survived. What is JDM's claim to fame? Burns and Bilal. Ian beat Bilal and has better wins, by the way. Ian beat Bilal after JDM broke him spiritually and physically. All right, that doesn't count really. JDM's wins is far better. Also, JDM has had a belt. What has Ian Gary had? All Ian Gary has done is taken off the belt while he watches his wife get fucked. Quayle and Selkilled and Bedtime are basically on their knees begging Dougie for a collab in an interview, but he only wants to collab with Frankie because he reminds him of a twink. Okay, be nice to Frankie. He doesn't look like a twink. I am not one to tell people not to be zesty. Pot calling the kettle for exactly. If anyone wants to have twink talk, Frankie is the one. JDM cried for several rounds in the octagon. He can't be anywhere near the top. Nothing wrong with a man crying in the 5th round. Nothing wrong with it at all. If anything, that's good masculinity. Is crying in the 5th round. Nothing wrong with that. How could a current champ be ranked below a former champ who lost their belt by grape? All right. Where do you put JDM? Where do you put JDM? We'll move JDM. Where do you put JDM? JDM's obviously going down the list, so we'll get JDM out of there. That's hurtful, but it is what it is. We'll get JDM out of there. Poor old JDM. Below Van, below Joshua Van. Joshua Van's off the list. Joshua Van's out of the top 3. Is Joshua Van still in the top 3? Put the crybaby below Van for sure. Hell no, biggest fight of his life, and dude not trying to knock Islam out. He tried to knock Islam out. JDM is still above, never was champ Ian Gary. Yeah, Van has to be near the top. All right, so Van is going to be... Wait, are you guys saying that Joshua Van is the second best fighter under 30? Are you guys saying that it goes Ilya Topuria, then Joshua Van? We're going to go Ilya Topuria, then Joshua Van. This is what you're going to go with. UFC put their foot down and denying John Jones at the White House card. Yes! Good. I like that. So there might be International Fight Week then is John Jones and Alex Pereira. You can't hold up a division, duck, retire, and expect to come back and be such a big spot. You can't hold up a division, duck, retire, and then come back to be in such a big spot. Oh, yeah, I know. And turn down $30 million. I know. My mate told me that Aussie private schools are known for a special game called Soggy Biscuit. They, only if the teachers play along. Second youngest champ of all time. No, I'm just saying JDM is below Van. Okay, all right. Active champion, Van over Glaze, not gonna... I know, putting Van as number 2 is crazy, man. Van literally shattered the last champ. He did break his arm. The only fight Jack has lost was for the belt against the GOAT. Ian lost to Shavkat and stole a robbery win over MVP and was seconds away from being finished by Prates. That is such a good point. Like, the only fight that JDM has lost is against the greatest fighter of all time or second greatest fighter of all time. Joshua Van was kind of lucky to break Pantoja's arm. I'm not saying he was lucky. I'm not saying Joshua Van was 100% lucky. I'm just saying Joshua Van had a good bounce. Joshua Van definitely broke his arm, but Joshua Van had a good bounce. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he was lucky. I didn't say I was lucky. Van also got sparked alcohol by Charles Johnson. So I think we need to have Arman Sarukian up higher, right? Is Arman Sarukian number 2? And then Jack, and then Joshua Van. Does this feel like a better list for the top MMA fighters under 30 years old? Is that top 4 starting to feel a little bit... It looks better to me already, I'm not going to lie. It looks better to me. I feel like Joshua Van is the most subtle Dana White privilege ever, and he's literally the luckiest champ win. Look, no one's going to use the word lucky for Joshua Van's win. We're just going to say that he got a good bounce. JDM became champ legitimately. So did Joshua Van. So did Van. Van also got smoked. We did that one. Raul Rosas has a condition where he probably won't live past 30. Let's put him as a number 1 as an act of kindness. No, that's what the fucking Liberal did in the last list. He was battering Johnson and he got clipped. All right, he'd only been fighting for 6 years. Local Twink is twice. But whatever happened to Local Twink? Armin's number 2. This feels better. Yeah, can we stop shitting on JDM for losing one of the best fighters of all time? JDM is above Armin. Jack was champ and Armin has never been. Armin also lost to Gamrot as well as Islam. Armin barely lost to Islam on short notice. It was 2 days notice or 3 days notice, and he barely lost to Islam. This is blasphemy. Van is a champion. Where's Joe Pyfer? Right now, Joe Pyfer is not on the list. But they've got Bo Nickel on the list. Look, they've got, where is it? They've got Bo Nickel at 24 on the original list. And they don't have Joe Pyfer on the list. And Joe Pyfer is fucking ranked. Joe Pyfer's a ranked fighter. I swear to God, ESPN doesn't watch MMA. They don't fucking watch MMA. This is who they had making the fucking list. This is actually who they had. I can't believe how much they fucked their list up. ESPN don't know shit. Armin lost to Gamrot, who you hate, and arguably to Charles the Hooker, which means the Hooker win means fucked all as well. The Hooker win means fuck all. He didn't arguably lose. I mean, it was close to it, but he was close to Charles Oliveira. And the Hooker win does mean something. Dan Hooker is a top 5 MMA fighter, Frankie. Dan Hooker is a top 5. Armin hasn't won shit yet. All right. Joshua Van fought 5 fucking times this year. JDM had a 14-month layoff and got the title shot off Burns. Nothing wrong. Burns is an admirable title shot contender. Admirable, that is. JDM lost to a GOAT. Van had a 1 in a million arm break. You can't put someone who hasn't been a champ and shit himself the night before the title fight before someone who has been a fucking champ. I'm looking at the top 5. I don't like Ian Gary, but we do have to talk about him. We do have to talk about Ian Gary. He's very, very good. Ian Gary's very good. We got to talk about Gary. You got to have him somewhere in this conversation. Ilya, Arman, JDM, and Van. People are saying Arman is too high. They don't like Arman being that high. He lost to Gamrot. He barely beat Charles Oliveira. And he's lost to Islam Makhachev. Dougie's rage baiting us. I'm not rage baiting you. Van, Jack, and then Arman. Van above Joshua. I could see why you'd have Joshua Van there, but Nacho brings up a good point. Like, Jack Delmaida's only loss is to maybe the GOAT of MMA. That's it. That's it. That's it. Put Lona Kavanagh high up there. Frankie, we got to get Lona Kavanagh on here, mate. Piper is 3-0 this year and ranked. Bo is 2-1 and unranked. It's a popularity contest. I know, obviously Joe Piper is above Bo Nickel, obviously, but we'll get to that. ESPN have got their thumbs up their asses. Tell me about it. Ian Gary is better than Van, not gonna lie, and I fucking hate Ian Gary. Yeah, I mean, is this a... We should do a poll on this, right, chat? Like... Like, just think about it. Just think about all of their skill sets. Who is the better mixed martial artist? Who is more skilled at all of the martial arts mixed together? Is it Joshua Van or Ian Gary? I mean, when have you seen Joshua Van do some backpack riding jiu-jitsu? Van is just a really good boxer. The audacity of this poll, Chet. Gary has to be top 5. Gary is pretty good. Gary's really good. MMA fans are so retarded. They cry about activity all the time, entertainment all the time, and when a guy is active and entertaining, they put him down in absolute dumbassery, like hating on Van, dead up. We're not hating on Van. Like, we love Van. We support Joshua Van. We're happy Joshua Van's the champion. But it's just, we're talking about the most skilled fighters under 30 years old. Like, this is the top 30 MMA fighters. Who are the most skilled fighters under 30 years old? And Joshua Van has had a fucking lot of success for being a really good boxer. It's obviously not based on personality. I'd have Ian Gary higher than Arman. I could see that, bad math. I really could. I could see that, Frankie. Arman did lose to Charles. Arguable. Carpathius doesn't have it. Carpathius isn't having Ian Gary above Arman. I rate Gary higher than I did before the MVP win. Yeah, Ian Gary's really good. He's really good. But it wasn't competitive at all. What's that? What's that, Chet? What wasn't competitive at all? Arman mauls Ian, and Ian only had 2 wins this year. Arman is undefeated, uncrowned champ. What are you saying, Junior? Arman's literally been defeated by Gamrot and by Islam Makhachev. What do you mean he's the undefeated, uncrowned champion? Gamrot beat him, Islam beat him, and if you read the scoring criteria, Charles Oliveira beat him. Sabarukian only fights bums, too scared to fight Islam. Van went from unranked to champion a year. Van had the best year. Frankie, just so you know, I gave Joshua Van my fighter of the year. Actually, we did this the other day, Frankie. There it is right there. This was my fighter of the year. Fighter of the year is Joshua Van. Sleeper women's MMA fighter of the year was Carol Fraud versus Shalene Dyer. KO of the year was Quaylen Selkilled over Nasrat Hakparas. The most improved fighter of 2025 was Peyton Talbot. And the best ass of the year was whoever this chick was. We went through. I give Joshua Van a lot of credit for 2025. I do. But the most well-rounded MMA fighters under 30 years old, I don't know if Joshua Van is the third best well-rounded MMA fighter under 30 years old. And the poll agrees with me. 19 votes, about 20, 25 people in here. Ian Gary is a better mixed martial artist than Joshua Van. Joshua Van has achieved a lot of success with the mixed martial arts that he does have. However, Ian Gary is a better mixed martial artist than Joshua Van. It's true. It's just true. Illegitimate poll, not an illegitimate poll. Gary wants his wife to take the poll instead. My phone in my pocket, I accidentally dialed Gary. No, you didn't. I love Van, but Gary is better skill-wise. Gary is better skill-wise, yeah. Did Michael Vasey legitimately not make the top 10? Didn't make the top 10. Didn't make the top 10. Missed out on a single fight from a card 2 weeks ago. Missed out on a single fight. What's up, Chris? How are you, man? Pereira officially said he will not be fighting at the White House. Yeah, I think they're going to do John Jones versus Alex Pereira for International Fight Week in July. So if Van lost to Pantoja, would he still be in the top 10? Probably not. No, not if he got out backparked. No. Armin had a draw with Islam. Gamrot lost robbery, and Armin nearly finishes Oliveira's second round 2-1 Armin. It wasn't 2-round Armin. First round was Charles Oliveira. Third round was Charles Oliveira. When you read the scoring criteria and you realize that submissions have more impact than top control. Shout out to the best ass in the game. KO should be Ruffy versus Green or Oliveira versus Ilya. Ruffy versus Green came in 3rd, and Oliveira versus Ilya came in 5th, K-Dot. Armin is also the uncrowned champ. He isn't the uncrowned. Armin might be the uncrowned champ. If this list was top 30 within 30 seconds, Terrence McKinney would be number 1. True. Cutest twink of 2025 is Cameron Simon. All right. Why are we changing the rules here? Most well-rounded best martial artist it's a top list. What do you mean a top? What does a top mean to you, Cheddarhead? What does a top mean to you? Is that what the ESPN list is? It's worse than I thought. I mean, the ESPN list literally just said top 30 under 30. That's all the information they gave us, Frankie. I assume they mean the most skilled fighters, right? Like, what else would it mean? What else would top 30 under 30 mean? Most popular, sexiest, best looking, top 30 under 30, what? Ended the poll early. There's 20 people in here. There was 19 votes. That's the whole fucking chat. Can Zhang redeem himself after losing to Johnny Walker? No. Pereira is my fighter of the year. He saved hip-hop. Yes, he did save hip-hop. Imavov should be above Van since he is also a better mixed martial artist. Imavov should be above... Yes, you could argue that. You really could argue that, Junior. I'm not against that. I even fucked up my poll vote. My brain confused Van with Armin, and I voted for Van. So that was a vote away from Van. Put the champ first. Why, Cheddarhead? He won off really good boxing throughout the year and a very well-timed dunk. By your logic, Gary should be higher than Topuria because Topuria doesn't throw any body and head kicks. What the fuck are we doing here? You could make an argument for Gary to be better. You could. You mogged Vasey. Did you mog Vasey, Nacho? Nice one, man. Can't you argue Gary is better an all-round fighter than Jack? We could argue that, and I was worried that we would get into that argument. Yeah, I think you fucked this list. How have I fucked this list? Who's the most skilled fighter under 30? Who's the most skilled fighter under 30? You tell me. Who's the most skilled? You know what? Let's start off with number 1, chat. Who is the most skilled fighter in the UFC under 30 years old? Who's got the best mixed martial arts? The most well-rounded fighter under 30? It's not Joshua Van. It's not Joshua Van. I'm sure it wasn't the only one who accidentally picked Gary. Illegitimate poll. What number would you have given Navajo Sterling? 176. Van has been a great champ. He's above Gary if you think Gary is more skilled. Van has been a great champ, so he's above Gary, even if you think... What do you mean Van has been a great champ? Van's been a champ for 12 days. What do you mean Van has been a great champ? It's been 12 days. You're acting like Van's got multiple title defenses. He's a top, not a bottom. Top means that's who in the blue hair wants to be on top. Yeah, that's what the top means to them. Ian, the reason there's a corner chair, Gary, exactly. Bo Nickel on this list is wild. Isn't Bo Nickel on this list fucking crazy, dude? Bo Nickel at 24 is insane, dude. The Vander's respect is sickening. I gave him Fighter of the Year. What else do you want from me, Cheddar? Do you want my firstborn son to be named Joshua Van? Bo Nickel is a tight... Okay, this is a big pound for pound list. Essentially, this is a big pound for pound list. Oi, Ken, if Van is Fighter of the Year, how is he not number one? Because just because he was the best fighter this year doesn't mean he's the best fighter out of all the skill sets, out of all the fighters under 30. It just means he had the best year. How are you not able to differentiate between the two? I love how the Van win only counts when Dougie wants it to count. Schrodinger's win. Accomplishments and effective skill set over everything. Gary might be more well-rounded, but effectively Van is better. Oh, I like the effectiveness over the skills. It's not the list, it's the top 30 under 30. It's not the list, it's the top 30. Yeah, the top 30 fighters under 30. So what are we using to say who's the top 30? Like what criteria are we putting down? Gary is better than Tapuria. Get the fuck out of here. Gary was on his knees, failing takedowns in round 5 against Prates, where Tapuria would just sleep them. Ilya has boxing. Ilya has jiu-jitsu and boxing. Joe Piper is the best fighter in the... I can't argue that Ilya is so good, he hasn't had to open up the rest of his toolbox yet. You can argue that, Install Driver. I didn't say great, you retard. Read my comment properly, you spaz. All right, sorry. This is not the list, it's the top 30 under 30. I love how the Van win only counts when Dougie wants it to count, where I'm up to. Van has been a champ, so he's above Gary, even if you think Gary is more skilled. You fuck this list up, Dougie. Mogged Vasey. Nacho, I don't even know what you're even saying anymore, man. I'm sorry. I still say it's Ilya because he started as a grappler. We haven't had to see it in the UFC yet because he's literally chinned with everyone within 2 rounds. That's why I'm giving it to Ilya Tapuria. Bro, Deadass said there is an argument for Gary being better than Tapuria. Oh, hell no! When we're talking visible skill for skill, K-Dot, all you've seen Ilya Tapuria do is get taken down by Bryce Mitchell and lay people out with some good boxing combinations. Layla! Has JDM or even Gary ever been Fighter of the Year? Shedhead's resting everything on the Fighter of the Year. When did Gary win his belt? Gary hasn't won his belt. Ian Gary has never won a belt. Fighter of the Year also doesn't mean they're the best fighter. I know, they can't differentiate the fact that Fighter of the Year is different to most skilled fighter out of all the fighters under 30 years old. Ilya could hurt Bo Nickel as soft body. This is true. Who has the most success is obviously what it means. That's not what it meant. All right, then I'll define it. There, top 30 most skilled MMA fighters under 30 years old. There. Changing the parameters to suit his narrative, typical Serbat. Well, no one's told me what top 30 out of 30 means. No one's told me what top 30 out of 30 even means. So what does it mean? State it clearly. If we can pick Van to be the Fighter of the Year, why is he not above all these other guys he is? He is literally like 4th. That means out of 30 fighters, he's above 26 others. You just said, why can't he be above all these other guys? He's literally above 26 other dudes, man. Gary is better than Ilya, and the says the guy. All right. Glad we're bringing up Imavov. Got 50-45 by Fat Strickland off the couch. Some bum is saying the French boy is better than the flyweight champion. Imavov has gotten better over time. Ian Gary will never win a belt. You never know. You never know. Actually, I take back my vote. Van should definitely be higher than Ian Gary. Forgot about the Prates ending. I think we have to account for accomplishments, but the list at its core should be about who has the most potential for greatness. I vote Bo Nickel to be 31. Let's find someone to replace him. Oh, we will, easily. So no women on the list? No women on the list. Skilled enough to break a legend's arm in a minute and win Fighter of the Year at 24 years old, says Cheddar. I feel like everyone's getting bogged down with definitions and technicalities. You must be absolutely rubbing one out with happiness, Capatheist. Nacho raid-baited Daggy into slobberdizing Milosevic the chat. I have not! I'm asking you guys to give me a clear definition. Youngest fighter of the year ever, confirmed statisticians. Youngest fighter of the year ever. We don't know. Chadhead, he hasn't even been given fighter of the year officially yet. I told you it means the fighters who have the most success, aka got to the top. That's why they're top under 30. All right. All right, what is the top 30 list even about, chat? Is it success with a bit of resume, or is it just skill? Are we talking about the most skilled fighter? What is this list even fucking about? A bit of success with your resume, or just skill? There's 25 people in here. Let's go. Let's get some fucking votes going. 25 people in here. Let's get some votes going. Come on. What's it? What is it? What is it? What is this poll? It's all of them. It can't be all of them. All of them don't work. It's got to be one or the other. We're literally 50-50. There's 14 people. Come on, 23 people. Let's go. Super Cat MMA guy, we'll fucking acknowledge you when we get to the end of this poll. Let's go. Come on. Let's get some votes in. Let's get some fucking votes in. 17 votes, 23 people. I'd like to see 2 more votes. Let's see if we can get it to 20. I want 2 more. 18. Let's go 1 more. Let's get 1 more vote in here. 23 people. Let's see if we can get 19 votes. Skill but champ is a factor. 19 votes. At 20 votes out of 26 people. It's mainly success and resume. Coming in at a whopping 60%. Thank you, Mitch. Right. Mogged Dougie. I let you guys decide. What do you mean mogged? I said give me another definition. You gave me another definition and I let you guys decide. You didn't mog anything. The one time I let you guys have democracy, you act like you mogged me. Right, so. Ian Gary has not had the same level of success as Joshua Van. This is true. Joshua Van moves higher up the list. Inching towards. That way, Nasadina Mavov. We'll get to them. We'll get to them. Rigged election, go and put him at number 1. No. So Ian's at number 5. All these motherfuckers can vote in a poll, but not hit the like button. Hit the like button, dickheads. Hit the fucking like button. All right? K. Brendan Allen is the most skilled guy in the roster. Stop it. Imavov lost in the UFC. Ian Gary lost in the UFC. Michael Morales is undefeated and beat the real number 1 contender Sean Brady by round 1 KO. These are good points. Why is John Pork number 1? He's only 30. This is number 1 bullshit, the brother. Who the fuck is John Pork? He's not even on the list. Success and skill both equal Ilya as the number 1. That is hilarious. Yeah, either way, Ilya Tapuria is number 1. Van has had the most successful career. I was guilty of not hitting the like button. Hit the like button. What's up, Pritchard's number 1 fan? Good to see you, mate. Welcome to the chat. So, Ilya Tapuria is a double champion. He is the most successful fighter. Now, Jack Della Maddalena beat Gilbert Burns, who was ranked number 6 at the time, number 5 at the time. Joshua Van beat Brandon Royval, who was ranked number 2 or 3 at the time. And then Joshua Van beat his champion, in 26 seconds. His champion, who had defended the belt 5 times and was being considered as the second best flyweight of all time. Jack Della Maddalena beat Bilal Muhammad on his first defense. Fuck. Fuck. Okay, that's all right. We'll get that going. We'll find a way to get JDM back up there. Morales must be above Ian Gary. Why are you disrespecting him? Why must Morales be above Ian Gary? Morales should be higher than Armin, Ian, and Imavov. I mean, Imavov is going to work his way down the list, that's for sure. Casual Doggy doesn't know John Pork is the most hype prospect from Conor McGregor. I have no idea what you're talking about, Justin Kennedy. John Pork is the #1 cage side fighter and only street. I know that John Foot, but that John Pork literally just joined the UFC. Why would he even be in the top 30? Why are we talking about him? Van is the second youngest champ ever, unranked a champ in less than a year. Yes, it's very, very impressive. That's why I made Joshua Van the fighter of the year. Bilal isn't that good. Bilal is very good. He was on an 11-fight win streak. Bilal just did exactly what the UFC hoped would happen when they gave him the title shot. Bilal aged out. That's exactly what the UFC were hoping for. I would still argue that although Gary has great fight IQ, his skills are not as great as you think. His wrestling is shit, his jiu-jitsu is flawed, and he lost all of his KO power. I think he's incredibly well-rounded. So yeah, he is not the best striker anymore. He lost his KO power. He's not the best wrestler, but he's certainly competent at wrestling. And his jiu-jitsu is good enough. And here's the problem with Ian Gary, Mr. C. Unfortunately, he's not an idiot. He knows when to use the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu against the striker and the striking against the jiu-jitsu guy and the wrestler guy. Like, unfortunately, Ian Gary is mid enough everywhere with good enough fight IQ to know when to implement what, which is why Ian Gary has so much success. And it's annoying to me. Roval was the #1 contender. I thought it was 2 or 3. Yeah. People forget, man. Alex should be fighting at the White House card. No, I think it's because they are going to do a John Jones fight. They'll make it International Fight Week, and that way John Jones won't ruin a card. Why did you put Van above JDM? At this rate, Charles lost better than Islam won. Why did you put Van back above JDM? You rate Charles Johnson lost better than the Islam one. What are we doing here? I said it out loud. I talked through it as I did it. Jack Della Maddalena, when he fought for the title, his best win was Gilbert Burns, who was ranked #5 at the time, in a very competitive fight that Jack won essentially in the last minute of the fight. Joshua Van beat the #1 contender over 5 rounds, and then Joshua Van beat Alexandre Pantoja, who was on his 5th title defense, beat him in 26 seconds. Jack Della Maddalena beat Bilal Muhammad, who was on his 1st title defense, and did it over 25 minutes. Why are people forgetting that Taylor lost to Royval? I don't know, Bruce. People forget things. They're allowed to do that straight off memory. Another thing is potential too. JDM is done. JDM is not done. JDM is not done. JDM is rebuilding. JDM's not done. We just have to He literally lost wrestling to the greatest fighter of all time, but was able to counter-wrestle Bilal Muhammad and Gilbert Burns. JDM's not done. JDM's 29 years old. He's 29. He's not done at 30. He's 29. Volk did 10 times better than JDM. Islam Makhachev did better too, because Islam Makhachev was able to rehydrate better. You rate winning the belt on a fluke injury and then dominating the champ 4-1 doesn't make any... Because I don't think it was a fluke injury, I've told you. I think Joshua Van caught the kick and dunked Pantoja on his ass. I don't think it was a fluke win. Dustin did 100 times better than JDM. Islam Makhachev leveled up because he didn't have to cut weight. And that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Who's higher on the list? Armin Sarukian or Ian Gary? Who are you guys putting higher? Ian Gary's only lost to Shavkat. Armin's lost to Gamrot. He's lost to Islam Makhachev. And he's had a close one with Charles Oliveira. Beat Charles Oliveira. Could have arguably lost to him. Who are you guys putting higher? Armin Sarukian or Ian Gary? JDM went to a decision against an arguable GOAT, and Van has not had wrestling tested. As much as I agree Van's win is still a win against Pantoja, it was a mistake by Pantoja that could have been avoided. Yeah, but that's like saying someone could have zigged when they zagged and they didn't. You know, someone's head got moved into the hook as they were throwing the counter. Like, what happened, happened. You got to give Joshua Van his flowers for the reality that we live in, not what could have been. Does anyone remember when Dougie said he would rather watch Indian kids play cricket for days than watch one boxing match? I do remember that, Mr. C. JDM stands for Just Doing Men. Thank you, Ricky. He posted instead of rolling. He broke his arm by attacking Pantoja's foot with the fence. Yeah, it is what it is. Armin would beat up Ian, to be fair. I could imagine if Armin Sarukian was 170 pounds. I reckon Armin Sarukian would beat the shit out of Ian Gary, right? Armin just beat Dan Hooker. Ian Gary just beat a former champion. This is true, Mr. C. Who's Arman? You know who I'm talking about. It's a retarded argument. I know. I agree, Nacho. They're being retarded with it. They're being retarded. Joshua Van absolutely won. Armin's always causing problems, so it's irritating. I know, Mitch. I'm aware. It makes it hard to judge Armin properly. Ilya got divorced via the pocket boxing as an excuse to dark Armin. Welcome, Toad. Welcome. What are you guys doing? We're fixing ESPN's top 30 under 30 list. So, you know, we're arguing about who's better. We're doing a 30-man pound-for-pound list, Super Shotgun, for all the fighters under 30 years old. It's going about as good as you'd expect it to go, and it was the perfect crafty vet streamer move for me to do today when there's been two controversial topics in a row. An errorist attack in Australia yesterday and a domestic abuse case in MMA today. I know what I'll do. I'll whip out a list that no one will be able to agree on. See that, boys? That's what I like to call. That's a crafty streamer move right there, chat. That's a crafty streamer move right there, chat. 2 days in a row of shit that I can't talk about. Let's laugh at liberals. That'll get us out of the mess that the news cycle's created for me. I agree with the zig with the zab example in the last stream, Dougie, using my words against me. So I didn't know that was your argument, install driver, but there you go. Thank you for providing me with such an easy to use argument right there, ready to go. Armin is better. I feel like Armin's better, right? Pantoja is so good at jiu-jitsu but can't fall properly. Yeah, it doesn't learn day one jiu-jitsu. Stop taking my shit-stirring comments as legitimate critiques. Sorry, Capatheist, my bad. Gary's resume is objectively better than Armin's. Well, this is the thing, success/resume, right? Now you guys want to say Armin's the more skilled fighter, but Gary's had more success. But when it's Joshua Van versus JDM, it's all about the success Joshua Van has had, not the skill level of each of them. So what do you want it to be, chat? Do you want it to be the skill or do you want it to be the success? Because when it's Joshua Van, you want it to be the success. Now you can all clearly see that Armin Sarukian is a better MMA fighter than Ian Gary, but Ian Gary has lost less fights than Armin Sarukian has had. So what's it gonna fucking be, chat? What's it gonna fucking be? Is it gonna be success and resume, or is it gonna be skill? Because you all voted 60% success and resume. So that puts Ian Gary above Armin Sarukian. Ilya Van, JDM, Armin, Imavov, Makayev, Morales, BSD above Ian Gary. Gene Silver, Allen, Tetsuro Taira. Gene Silver is not above Tetsuro Taira. Paul Hughes, Ruffy, Bumfim, Song Yudong, Faresiam, Joe Pyfer, Zalal. Zalal is above Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer is a 1-2 at range with a body kick. My top 30 is wrong, Junior. Your top 30 is wrong. Ian didn't beat a champion. He soyed his way around him to collect some points like a game of tag. Don't forget the eye pokes as well. True, the eye poke in the first round. He did really good eye poking me in that first round. He knew it would be good. Armin would pull it out against Ian. It's true. This list is more confusing than the Blueheads list, isn't it, mate? I'm with the skills because I'm with skills. To me, this is pound for people under 30. I'm with the skills because to me, it's pound for people under 30. That's what I started off doing. I started off with skills, and then you guys started bitching. JDM is not even close to being as good as Van. JDM has no takedown defense. You've seen him with takedown defense. The only time you haven't seen him without takedown defense is against maybe the best fighter of all time. You can't watch him lose a fight against the best fighter of all time and then say he's got nothing. Insanity. Insanity. Resume-wise, Ian Gary stopped multiple prospects while Armin fought more vets and journeymen. And lost to the vets. They just started bitching. I'm with you. I know, installed driver. Resume and skill set wise, Armin is better. Armin's best wins are Benny, Charles, and Hooker. Ian's are Prates, Bilal, and MVP. MVP's really fucking good. Really underrated. I feel like you're underrating MVP there. Look how much trouble MVP is causing in both the divisions that they put him in. Bilal Muhammad was really fucking good. He is still very fucking good. He was on an 11-fight win streak. Welterweight champion. And Prates is also great. Like, Prates has only lost to Ian Gary. Right? Prates only lost to Ian Gary? Yeah, these are great names. Last time Prates fought, people were talking about Prates fighting for the belt again. Literally last time he fought, they were like, Prates should fight for the belt again. Ian Gary's wins are great. Ian Gary's wins are great. This is a special chat. This is a special chat. Charles is a top 5 lightweight of all time. Bilal is back of nowhere paper champion. What do you mean he's a paper champion? K-Dot, you're insane, dude. What do you mean Bilal's a paper champion? Islam is not the best fighter of all time. Second best. Second best. Even then, EMP and Bilal are not Charles Oliveira. Yeah, K-Dot, you're delusional, dude. Islam is not the best fighter of all time. You know this, Dougie. The only time JDM had takedown defense was against an old Bilal, the worst champ of all time. Bilal's not the worst champ of all time. Ian Gary had takedown defense against Gilbert Burns when Ian Gary had one arm. You're all wrong. You're all so wrong. Hooker and Dariush wins are shit compared to EVV. I know this, like, real Bruce Wayne, K-Dot, you guys are just categorically fucking wrong. Wrong. One Bluehead can shout out top 30 in 10 minutes. 25 of us can't make up a top 5 in an hour. That's why ESPN hired the they. Yeah, at least the they can be decisive. Prates and MVP and good wins, but again, they're not Charles. The argument doesn't hold water. And Charles arguably beat him. You're wrong, K-Dot. Carlos Prates beat a weak Leon Edwards. I know that, but the last time Carlos Prates fought, 90% of you were saying he should fight for a title next, even though you just saw him get out-grappled by Leon Edwards. Half of the chat are retarded or rage-baiting on purpose. I agree. I'm making a list right now. Hold up. I'm cooking. All right, Junior. Make your list. Dougie, every stream, you guys are all wrong and I'm right. It's true, Justin Kennedy. Charles alone is a better win than Bilal, MVP, and Prates. Hang on a second. Armin barely beats Charles. According to the rules, Charles Oliveira won that fight. That is one win. That is one win right there. That's it. And he's not like, he doesn't make it all better than them. No. We are decisive. The problem is Dougie is biased. I am not biased at all. Dougie, did you watch that video yet? No, Super Shotgun. I have not watched that video yet, mate. I have not watched that video yet. Armin Sarukian. Ian Gary. I will decide. Chat is wrong. Chat doesn't know shit. K-Dot is low IQ. K-Dot is incredibly low IQ. God, they're neck and neck. Good striking down the middle. Rangy kickboxing. Mid jiu-jitsu. Great ground and pound. Sick wrestling. No wrestling. Kind of mid everywhere. Really good everywhere. Has only lost to Shavkat Rakhmonov. Has lost to Gamrot. Has lost to the GOAT. Better skills? Better skills? Really good resume. Underrated resume. Skills over resume. Skills over resume. I have decided. Respect the rules. Respect the results of the poll. No. I think the one time JDM had great wrestling other than against Bilal. Think of one time JDM had great wrestling other than when he fucking wrestled his way up from underneath Gilbert Burns with one arm because his forearm was broken. Gary's fight IQ is so good that he lets other men finish his wife for him. It's peak intellect. I retain my semen. It's not about skills. Did you talk about the Ilya shit yet? Yeah, shocker. We've been talking about it all day, brother. That's why I decided to whip this one out, mate. What about Andre Lemur? Would you rather lose to Gamrot or Shavkat? Obviously, Shavkat is a better losser. Yeah, Shavkat is absolutely a better losser on the resume. What was the poll for then? To help guide me, but not define me, Nacho. The poll was to help guide, but not define. Why don't we do 2 lists so Dougie can be happy? Yeah, we'll do 2 lists. What about the other 25? This is going to be a long stream. Yeah, we're not doing them all today. Bro, I'm back. You have to admit we're dumb. We are dumb. I know we're dumb. It's all good. We're allowed to be dumb. Armin did not lose to Gamrot. Armin did lose to Gamrot. Democrats fail because most people are retarded. Dictators fail because the dictator is retarded. We're fucked. We are all fucked. This whole thing is retarded and pointless. Look, we can agree that we've put together a better top. How far have we gone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we can agree that we've done a better top 5 than ESPN has, right? Surely our Chad list is better than ESPN's list, yeah? Ilya Tapuria, Dakota Ditcheva, Joshua Van, Jack Della Maddalena, and Michael Morales. Ilya Tapuria, Joshua Van, Jack Della Maddalena, Armin Sarukian, and Ian Gary. I think we've done a better top 5, right? We can agree on the top 5. Now that we've locked in the top 5, how did we lose to the blue hair? How did we lose to the blue hair? Dougie could be on CNN with this kind of liberal rhetoric. Follow the poll. No, the poll. Fuck the poll. I'm not putting fucking NUA on the list. Miles Morales is high-key better than Ian Gary. Great stream, not a great stream. JDM win over Burns hasn't aged that good. Morales is putting that guy out in round 1. Oh my god, people change as they get older. Obviously, Gilbert Burns in 2025, Morales would sleep him. Gilbert Burns back in 2019 would be a different fight. Bilal Muhammad isn't shit. They just aged him out. He was very fucking good. And JDM caught him right at the end of his peak. Why is Armin and Ian above Morales when Morales has never lost? Because there is some skill in it. Let's talk about Morales. Morales is around this level. Morales, Nasruddin. I mean, you can't just say never lost, because then you'd, like, take fucking fighters straight off the Contender Series. Morales, Nasruddin. They're around this level. Let's have a look at some other names. Paul Hughes, Ignacio Bahamondes, Yusuf Zalal. I really rate Yusuf Zalal. Tatsuro Taira. And these are the fighters that I rate in the next sort of block that I'm thinking. Yeah. You got to talk about Muhammad Makayev as well. I mean, he just beat Manel Cap. Manel Cap is going to be fighting for a belt. So you got to talk about Muhammad Makayev as well. Fortunately, he hasn't got a chance to push himself. So he's probably down here somewhere. Nasruddin did lose to Sean Strickland. Yusuf Zalal seems more well-rounded. This is what I'm thinking for the next block. This is what I'm thinking for the next block. This is the next block that I'm thinking about. This is where my initial thoughts are. This is my initial thoughts. These are my initial thoughts. Where am I up to? Ian Garry's has aged horribly since he became vegan. Bro looks 40 and 18 years old at the same time. I know, Ali. I know, dude. Yeah, Ian Garry is not. He needs to go back to eating meat. Maybe he'll find his power again, right? Morales has better wins and proved he is better than Ian the Cuck. Plus, he smashed his opponents while Ian twerks around like a booty decision machine. You cannot tell me you haven't seen Michael Morales' TikToks of him humping himself in the mirror, mate. They both fucking, what are we saying? They both twerk around pretty badly. Dude, imagine not putting Arman Sarukian above JDM. Dude, imagine. Exactly, Bilal is old and JDM is better than Ian the Cut Gary. JDM is way better than Ian the Cut Gary. We've agreed on that. Morales beat the #1 contender. He hasn't faced a former champ yet. This is true, Mr. C. Turns out young fighters get better and old fighters get older. Who would have... I know, Install Driver, I know. But the second you see a young fighter win this year, all of a sudden they were always better than the old fighter. Read my chat. I did, Ali. Morales is not tested yet. Brady fought like this list is retarded. Tell me about it, username. Tell me about it, UFC. I think Charles is the only current fighter under 30 that's never lost. Chael is the only current fighter. Chael Sonnen, never lost a round. Never once. Still under 30 years old with the biggest arms in Westland, Oregon. Morales' destruction of Brady is better than anything the decision machine cuck has done his entire career. Plus, he robbed a 40-year-old MVP, and Prates had him crawling for his life at the end of their fight. Prates did have him crawling for his life. This is true. I'm not putting Michael Morales above Ian Garry. Just build your own list, and then we'll argue about it. That's what we do. Morales is seriously overhyped. Skill-wise, he ain't shit. He's just a weight bully. He's got a lot of fucking power. That's what we've seen so far, simply kudos. I agree with this list. Build your own full list, then we can argue about it. Just ignore us. That's what I've done for the next 5 names. Morales' size, stance, and pressure mean it's hard for Brady to implement his game plan. Trying to say he lost because of a bad performance is simply just cope. The difference is one does it inside the cage. Yeah, this is Ian Garry does twerk inside the cage. I know. Morales is finishing people brutally while Ian is twerking to the decisions. I will argue Ian's, but I still think Ian is more well-rounded and he's done more work in the division. I would say that Morales is definitely chasing Ian Garry. He's close to him. I don't think he's lapped Ian Garry yet or gone past him. Morales has only fought 2 great names, Burns and Brady. Yes, and when Morales fought, Gilbert Burns was, very different stage of Gilbert Burns' career. Who is a better gaslighter, Chael Sonnen or Drickus? Oh, Drickus is the GOAT gaslighter. The GOAT. Morales just frame maxed on Brady, and Brady couldn't do anything about it. All right, we got Junior's list. Let's have a look at Junior's list. Hang on, mate. Junior, I'll give you the floor, dude. Junior is so proud of his list. Let's have a look at Junior's list. You've got Ian Van, Ilya Ian, you got Ian, fuck my brain. I hate having dyslexia, chat. I really hate having dyslexia. All right, this is BBC Junior's list. Ilya Tapuria, Joshua Van, Ian Garry, Muhammad Makayev, no. JDM, Imavov, Tatsura Taira, Uma, Morales, BSD, Faresian, Gene Silva, Natalia Silva, no. Yusuf Zalal, Oteba Gutierrez, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You have got Oteba Gutierrez, the 17th best fighter. BBC Junior, never comment again. Never comment again. You're banned. Someone should ban you for that. You cooked up dog shit. That's what you cooked. You cooked up fucking Indian food with that one, Junior. Never. Yuck, brother. What is this list, brother? Oh. What's that, bro? Makayev is number 3. Fucking tomatoes in the chat. Can we get tomatoes and Indian flags in the chat for BBC Junior? Yuck, brother. You cooked dog shit, brother. You cooked dog shit. Yuck, brother. Yuck, brother. Disgusting, brother. Yuck. Yuck. Macy Barber on the list is one of the worst things I've seen on this channel, and that's saying something. I know. I know. They show some respect to my country? No. Don't you showing his meal preps he ate in India? Mate, what has he done, bro? I learned there is actually a village in India that saves cow shit all year to have a festival where they play in the shit and women aren't allowed. Yeah, it's real. It's real. Why not Makayev? He's under 30. He's undefeated champ. It's Muhammad Makayev. He's not the 4th best fighter in the world under 30, mate. That list was poo, Junior. Nah, we're just playing, mate. You're all good, brother. Thanks for the input. Fail, absolute fail. But I don't disrespect. I'm so conflicted. No, I'm just playing with you, mate. You're all good. We're just having some fun, Junior. You're all good, mate. You're all good. Thank you for trying. R. Kelly wasn't guilty. He was just in the wrong country. Makayev is not better than Umar. What is wrong with you, brother? No more shit list. Yeah, no more shit. It's all good. Look, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy to make a list. It's not easy to make a top 30 list, but I'm going to show you guys how to do it. We're going to cook up a top 30 list. Right. Yusuf Zalal. Are we really going to listen to this dyslexy man who thinks is better than under 30? Yes, M4 operator. We are. I know what I'm talking about. I'm the second best picker in here. Which means we should all be listening to Bruce Wayne's opinion about everything. Yusuf Zalal. Michael Morales. Unfortunately... Here's where I'm conflicted. I think Yusuf Zalal is more well-rounded than Michael Morales. But. No, you don't, Dougie. That's what dyslexia is. A junior should be... No, junior's fine. We're just playing with him. You're all good, Junior. I'm just playing, man. But I think Michael Morales has had the chance to prove it more. Where Yusuf Zalal's best win is Jose Aldo and Calvin Kattar. Morales grew up in judo. His parents were Olympians. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, judo is all right. Yeah, okay. So it's got good striking and judo. Ian the Cuck is ahead of Morales as a joke. Ian is ahead of Morales. Yeah. Why are you want a why are you gay? We'll fire off a why are you gay. Why not?
Why are you gay? You are gay.
There you go. This isn't even a question. Morales is 6, but he should be above Ian. I don't think he should be above Ian. Who's better, the cuck or the gay? I know. Is Gaten Talbot on the list? He is. So far, he's 20th on their list, but he's not on our list. Morales would probably rape Gary, and Ian would probably enjoy it. I reckon Morales might walk down Gary. Fuck, you guys reckon Morales would walk down Gary? You're a fossil? I know, Nitro. I'm aware. Why are you a doggy? Morales beat a guy that got KO'd by Bilal Ishmael. This is true. Imagine if Morales connects on Ian's pinhead. I know. Oh, you guys can't even see my screen. Sorry. I left it there like that. This is the... I think I'm being too generous with Yusuf Zalal. I'm obviously putting Yusuf Zalal too high. We need to rewatch more Morales. We do need to rewatch more Morales, don't we? I thought Brady was going to manhandle him. Umar, Dakota, Aaron, Natalia, Barber, Gary, Tyra, JDM. Throw that list in the fucking bin, Johnny. Dyslexic discussion of selected concepts, electric participation, hectic confessions. Thank you, Capatheist. Brady is a putty for getting TKO'd by a Bilal. My 87-year-old grandma would survive that onslaught. I know, I've tested it. I beat the fuck out of her and she's still here. Zesty Boy Morales. Morales is mid. Fake ass list. Sorry, but he is an inbred. Okay. Zalal to me has a better resume, and Burns' win isn't worth that much now, so Morales' only good win is Brady. But what's Zalal's best win then? Jose Aldo and Calvin Kattar? Post-knee surgery, Calvin Kattar? The Bilal thing is obnoxious. Thinking of something original. What are you talking about, Chihuahua? Look what Morales did to Magny versus what Cuckboy did. This is true. Look what Prates did to Magny. Calvin beat Max. No, he didn't. I picked Brady over Ian in 2026 as well, by the way. You picked Brady over Ian in 20. You picked Sean Brady over Ian Gary in 2026. I think Ian Gary would run around the outside of Sean Brady. Zalal has a worse resume and a bunch of losses on his resume compared to Morales and undefeated. Yeah, Zalal had to come back from losses, didn't he? He's only just having his resurgence now, isn't he? Is he on a 4-fight win streak now? And he had to run away from Jose Aldo. Was it the Jose Aldo fight where he spent the whole fight running away from the last... Josh Emmett. No, I'm getting him confused with someone else. He hasn't even fought Jose Aldo. It's literally Josh Emmett, Calvin Kattar. Who am I thinking of? Who am I getting him confused with? I'm getting Yusuf Zalal confused with someone. Ayman Zahabi. I'm getting him confused with Ayman Zahabi. Yeah. 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 That's on me. They're both kind of brown. You know, it is what it is. They're both kind of brown. That's going to happen on the big jobs. That's going to happen. They're both skinny and brown and run around on the outside. Zalal is the worst resume. A bunch of losses on his resume compared to Morales being undefeated. Yeah, what was I? I was looking at Yusuf Zalal's resume. He lost to Sean Bloody Woodson, Sungwoo Choi, Ilya Tapuri, won that 3-fight losing streak. Then he had the draw with Damon Blackshear, and now he got kicked out of the UFC, and he's back on a tear. Billy Quarantillo, Joanna Owens, Jack Shaw, Calvin Kattar, and Josh Emmett. Yep. I'm with the resurgence here. Okay. Yusuf Zalal is below these guys. It's between Ian Gary. In fact, Tatsuro Taira is above Yusuf Zalal. Tatsuro Taira is above Yusuf Zalal. Yusuf Zalal and Nasadina Mavov and Tatsuro Taira are about here. Muhammad Makayev is around here as well. Ian Gary, Michael Morales. What number is Peyton Talbot on the list of 30 under 30? They had him at 20. They had him at 20. They had him above Gabriel Bonfim. They had him above Tatsuro Taira with his disgusting. They had him above Muhammad Bakayev. They had him above Song Yadong. Craziness. Oh, and by the way, they did this list before the Henry Cejudo fight. Just by the way. This list came out before the Henry Cejudo fight, and I saved it for the Christmas break because I knew it would be a good one to get into over the Christmas break. Fucking insanity it is. Insanity. Calvin's a go to the sport. Yeah, but when he beat him, Calvin was post-knee surgery 30. Morales is big and long. Dougie, how to drop out from college? Just stop going, mate. What number is Peyton on the 30? Yeah, what is the most improved fighter of 2020? Where's the most improved fighter of 2020? He is the most improved fighter of 2025. Doesn't mean he's the best. In fact, he couldn't be the best. He started off as the worst. Come on, man. Do you believe the Ilya rumors or are you a feminist? What a way to frame it, mate. I'm leaving it until we get more information. Peyton beats old men, it's true. Ian Gary Tapology. Michael Morales, Tapology. Ten wins in the UFC. 7 wins in the UFC. Only lost to Shavkat. D-Rod ranked. Magny was ranked. Jeff Neal ranked. Michael Page ranked. Carlos Prates ranked. Bilal Muhammad ranked. Ranked. Fucking Michael Morales, Sean Brady, Gilbert Burns, Neil Magny. That's it. That is literally it. Then it fucking drops off a cliff. Jake Matthews, yuck, brother. Yuck. Adam Fugit, alright. Trevin Giles, yuck, brother. Yuck, brother. Yuck. No. No, we're sorting this out. This is easy. Done. Oh, that was a hard one. That one had me sweating, chat. That one had me sweating. If anything, I think Ilya is the victim here. We don't know, not the aim, bro. I made a video breaking down my opinion of what happened today, dude. Who are the old men that Peyton has beaten apart from Henry Cejudo? This is true, mate. Cameron Simon. Old prospect is Cameron Simon. Notoriously old prospect is Cameron Simon. Dougie's searching for beauty tips. Shut up, dickhead. Ian Gary is ahead of him. Morales via finishes and better win than anything Ian has. No close fights. Well, Ian arguably lost to MVP. He didn't arguably lose to MVP. And Neil, and no, I judged that fight for Jeff Neal. I remember that fight. Jeff Neal wouldn't put his foot down and actually go for it. Their one common opponent, Magny, Ian went to a decision with, while Morales destroyed him. Later stages of Magny's career. How are you, Paul? Good to see you, mate. What the fuck are these images? Suggestions from Canva, are they for your gay channel? Where was it? I don't know where it was. Oh, brand? I don't know. I don't know where it was. It's Canva. You know how Canva. Oh, yeah, Canva. Yeah, designs. Yeah. Ew, dude, imagine if I did my thumbnails like this. I'd probably get clicks on YouTube if I just went progressive, huh? I probably should go progressive. I would actually just get fucking clicks. Just copy their thumbnail designs. No, thank you. I think my thumbnails look better than this shit. Right. Oh, he's back! BBG Senior is back with redemption. Where is BBC Junior? Well, he's back from redemption. All right. Shall we try again with BBC Junior? He gave us absolute slop last time. Let's see what he's given us this time. All right. All right, Junior. What have you got for us? Let's see what he's done. Ilya Tapuria, Joshua Van, JDM, Ian Armin, Imavov, Mikhaev Morales, Umar Tatsuro Taira, Usman Nurmagomedov, BSD, Feresiam, Gene Silva, Zalal Allen, Hughes, Song Yadong, Bonfim, Peyton Quinn, Ruffy. You know, this is a much better list. This is a much better list, Junior. Much better list. This is far... Yeah, no, Junior's definitely redeemed himself. No, he has. He's redeemed himself, chat. He's redeemed himself. This is a much better list than last time. He's absolutely redeemed himself. There you go, Junior. Well done, mate. No, it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but considering that he gave us fucking Indian food for dinner last time, this is way better. This is a way better list from Junior. Well done, mate. Welcome back to the channel. You know what, Junior? You're allowed to post on the channel again. You're allowed to be here. This isn't the worst list. He's still gay to me. Junior went to AI to try and redeem himself. Mikhaev, fuck that. No, well, I'm talking about Mikhaev, actually. I've got Mikhaev right here. I'm talking about Mikhaev around that area. I've got Mikhaev around that area. So Junior's... You know what, Junior? Not about... You actually did manage to cook up something edible this time. Well done, mate. This list is a 2-year-old lamb steak. It's better than Indian food. It's better. What was I up to? Let me go back so I didn't miss anyone's. There is zero argument for Morales over Gary, even if it's skill set. Yeah, I know. Morales isn't over Gary. Ian Gary is over Morales. Ian has one loss on his record and arguably 3 that he squeaked by. Morales is undefeated. Ian's just beaten far better, like he's beaten more ranked opponents. He's got a better skill set. He's got a better resume. He's got more fights in the UFC. Ian is above Michael Morales. He is shotgun. I'm sorry. You know what? I think we need to start over from scratch. Have Joshua Van as number 1. Now we need a poll if we agree with the list so far. We do, because I am going to get out of here. Guru is super sad about Cameron Simon. I know, and I don't blame him. Neil was a split, and he definitely arguably lost to MVP. You could argue it. My point is Ian is going close to decisions and fighting such a soy boy coward way, while Morales is bulldozing these guys. Ian's still beaten more of them, and he is doing it. He is getting the wins. A win is a win is a win. I would rather be Brown than Slavic. Fuck you, cunt. Cousin thumbnail will get you clicks. A cousin thumbnail will get you clicks. The Ilya fans will immediately say that she's lying, and Joey will just take the woman's side, but we literally know nothing. His ex hasn't even made the allegations yet. I know, Mr. Toad, that's why I'm just like, I made the video on it. I gave my take at the end of the video. We don't know. My take is essentially, we don't know, and I'm going to wait and see. And that's it. Junior went to an 8. We did that one. I'm good, thanks, Nacho. Nice one. Nice one. Israel, okay. Can you say that he has better skill set when they've never fought? That's silly logic. Because I have fucking eyes, shotgun. And Morales has got great striking. And Ian Gary is mid everywhere. I mean, Ian Gary is good enough everywhere. Because I have eyes, shotgun. Dude skyrocketed to the top. I know, mate. Joey's opinions are irrelevant at this point. It is true. What the fuck does that even mean? What does he has a better skill set? Oh, you know, like striking, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, like when I said Michael Morales has got striking, you were like, he did judo as a kid. That was literally your comeback. He grew up in a judo school. Okay, cool. Based on what? Based on what I've seen in their octagon time, brother. Ian has less interesting style than Morales, but he has fought better opponents and more well-rounded opponents. Yes, and he's won more ranked fights. Like, shotgun, this isn't an argument. It's not an argument. Ian Gary is higher than Michael Morales. He just is. Morales' career is mid-decisions. You don't get ranked without ever fighting. You don't even get ranked without ever fighting. Ian got taken down via MVP. So? He also took MVPs back. So? Saying Ian Gary is mid everywhere is probably the most accurate statement. Thank you, install driver. His mum and dad... That's good, mate. That's fucking great. My mum was a fucking shiatsu therapist. Do you think I know anything about massage? I don't give a fuck what his parents were. My dad was a fucking computer analyst when he was growing up before he was a plasterer. You put him in front of an iPhone, he wouldn't know what to fucking do anymore. Shotgun, you're wrong. You're wrong. Michael Morales is higher. You're wrong, Shotgun. He has a better skill set. What the fuck is this nebulous bullshit? Because I've seen Ian Gary do more mixed martial arts. I've seen him use more of the martial arts in MMA fights than Michael Morales, who has done just striking in his fights. Dougie, what is the point of Australia having a police force if they take 30 minutes? Okay, thank you, not the AM bro, for bringing that up on an MMA stream. I appreciate you, mate. Thank you so much. Nebulous bullshit. Yeah, nebulous bullshit. I'm undefeated, so put me at the top of this list. Absolutely not. I used more MMA because he had and was forced into it. That's the point. Ian used more MMA because he had to. What are you fucking... So Michael... Like, and as I've pointed out, Ian Gary has fought tougher opposition than Michael Morales has. Okay, Morales has slept more unranked people. Ian has fought more ranked fighters, so he's had to use a wider skill set. Ian Gary's higher on the list than Michael Morales. Full stop. The list is about success, and Morales hasn't lost while being arguably as high-level fighter. No, he hasn't. He's fought 2 ranked opponents. He's fought Sean Brady and Gilbert Burns. Ian's fought Daniel Rodriguez, who's ranked, by the way, Neil Magny, who was ranked at the time, Jeff Neal, who's ranked, MVP, who's ranked in 2 divisions, Carlos Prates, and Bilal Muhammad, a former champion. That's 6 ranked opponents. Michael Morales has fought 2. I'm not listening to you, Shotgun, because you're wrong. You're just raging out because you're wrong. Ian Gary has fought 6 ranked opponents, lost to 1 of them. Michael Morales has fought 2. He has got a better skill set. What are we talking about? What are you talking about? You guys are insane. Ian Gary's higher on the... Maybe next year, maybe in next fight, Michael Morales will be higher. And Ian's fought 6, Nacho. 6 is a higher number than 3. What are you talking about? Like, it is what it is. How are you supposed to show a better skill set when you're smashing everyone in a round? But he's still beaten 6 ranked versus 3 ranked. And he's shown up like, Ian's better. You're literally penalizing a guy for finishing his opponents instead of going to a decision. I'm not penalizing him for it. Ian's just a more well-rounded fighter, and he's got more ranked wins. Femboy's smashing everyone, yeah? Yes, and 1 loss is higher number than 0. Yeah, but that doesn't... So what? The 1 loss doesn't equate for 3 ranked wins over 3 missing ranked wins. Ian's higher. Ian's just straight up higher. It's unarguable. Based on the fucking MMA that we've watched, Shotgun. Oh my god. Yeah. I'm done with that. I'm done with this argument. I'm done with this argument. Based on what? Yeah, based on what we've seen. I'm done with this argument. Ian's higher. A loss is even worse than I agree. Change it. A loss is not worse than 3 more ranked wins. Ian's higher than Morales. Your problem is that you make way too many assumptions. I've literally seen them fight, dickhead. I've seen Ian Gary's skills. I've seen it. I'm not assuming shit. I've seen it. I've seen it. Unbelievable. You're wrong. Cope. Cope harder. Dougie pulling rank? I am pulling rank. We don't know how good Aspinall's grappling is because he nukes everyone in the first round. I wouldn't rate him high on grappling because of that. We don't know how good Aspinall's grappling is because he nukes everyone in the first round. I wouldn't rate him high on grappling because of that. Yeah, I'm not rating, but I'm talking about Ian's skill sets. Brave Rat, shut up. Your dad was a fucking computer analyst. Does your mum know about that? What has my mum got to do with any of this? Making an assumption of saying Morales would also knock out all 6 guys Ian beat by decision without getting into a decision himself. I know, it's insane. It's insane. It's insane. What about Milky Costa? Milky's somewhere on there, but we're trying to even work our way through the top 5. If he loses, don't count Peyton Talbot. If he loses, don't count then. Peyton Talbot is above Tatsuro Taira. Levels of loss count, and a loss doesn't equate for 6 ranked wins versus 3. I go back to my Shotgun. You're wrong. I'm not reading all of you can continue to type away. I'm not arguing with you anymore. You're wrong. I think you're wrong. I'm moving on from this now. So please, Shotgun, save yourself the fucking arthritis in the fingers. I'm not kidding. I'm not rage baiting you. I disagree with you. I'm putting Ian Gary higher on the list. Save yourself the energy. I'm not arguing with you about it anymore. I'm moving on. I'm looking at Nasadina Mavov's Tapology versus Tatsuro Tairo's. Ian Gary is higher on the list at this stage of his career than Michael Morales. Maybe Michael will prove me wrong in the future, but right now, Ian Gary's done more against more ranked fighters with more skills shown inside of the cage. End of discussion. Can we vote on Shocker? No, because I'm right. I don't care. I don't care if the chat vote against me. I don't care if Shotgun's against me. I don't care if Nacho's trying to rile me up. I don't give a fuck. I'm putting Ian Gary above Michael Morales. If you don't like it, suck a cock. Dougie's abusive to the chat. I'm not. I'm being very nice. Just look back at Ian's resume. Prime Neil beat Morales. MVP schools Morales. Shavkat KOs Morales. And Prates KOs Morales. Alright, now Toad's going in the other direction. Shotgun just got punished for free speech. He can say it. I'm trying to save him the energy. Shotgun, I'm not arguing with you anymore. I warned you not to type out a paragraph, and you went and typed out a paragraph. Dougie is Ilya, and we're all just his Miami bimbo. Well, Shotgun, that would be a high win to his resume. It was on your side. I was just trying to give everyone a dramatic vibe. Okay. Okay. All right. Tatsuro Taira Tapology. He is more well-rounded, Shotgun. He is more well-rounded. Brandon Moreno, Hong Song Park, lost to Brandon Royval, beat Alex Perez in 2024, which doesn't count for anything. Although that was a sick grapevine. Carlos Hernandez, yeah. 8 wins in the UFC, 1 loss. Nasruddin Mamavov. 9 wins in the UFC, 2 losses. Slept Israel Adesanya, which is becoming more... It is something that's happening more often these days. Early stoppage against Jared Cannonier. Roman Dolidze, who's a retard. And Caio Baralho, who was an idiot and cut weight too early. Two losses in the UFC, one to Sean Strickland. At least Sean Strickland is a former champion. So is Brandon Royval. Although he also has the loss to Phil Hawes. And Tatsuro Taira has only lost to Brandon Royval. Are there only 2 options? Liking it and sucking cock? They're the only 2 options. Chris Padelia? We can talk about Chris Padelia. Super Shotgun, you're still going about Michael Morales. I told you I've moved on. Your dad was a fucking computer analyst. What is it? Real Bruce Wayne. I've answered this. What has this got to do with my mum? Can we democratically ban retards and rage baiters? Then Dougie didn't ban them. We ban. No, we don't ban people. Dougie just loves long, thick rage bait. Okay. Imavov is overrated. Good, but overglazed. Yeah, I think I'm going to put Tatsuro Taira over Imavov. Caio Baralho has got a little asterisk next to it because Caio Baralho shouldn't have cut weight. Shouldn't have cut weight twice in a week or 3 weeks or whatever it was. Israel Adesanya is clean. That's straight up clean. Brendan Allen's not bad. Although Brendan Allen's like... I know Nacho believes in Brendan Allen a lot. I don't. That was an early fucking stoppage, but he was winning the fight, but it was an early fucking stoppage. And Roman Dolidze is retarded. Then he lost to Sean Strickland. But Sean Strickland is a former champion. Then he lost to Joaquin Buckley. And then he beat Joaquin Buckley, sorry. And then it sort of falls off the... But, you know, it's middleweight. What do you expect for middleweight? Beat Brandon Moreno. Beat Hong Song Park. Royval, never a champion. Royval was never a champion. Royval... was the #1 contender at best. Alex Perez in 2024 doesn't count for shit. Anyone could beat Alex Perez in 2024. So you have to say, like, Izzy and Cannonier and Brendan Allen are better resume wins than Brandon Moreno, Hong Song Park, and Alex Perez. They are. They are better resume wins. But it doesn't feel right having Nasruddin Mamavov above Tatsuro Taira, does it? But then, of course, you're going to say flyweights have got a better skill set because they look faster. Bruce Wayne is here. #1, what does he think about Ian Morales? That's where the debate should end. Bruce, what is your verdict? I know Bruce Wayne is the best one in here. I think Woeful did attack me. Our internet at work went out for an hour. Oh, Woeful found your fucking IP address. Read it carefully, Dougie. I said your dad was fucking a computer analyst. Does your mum? Oh, I get the joke. Sex. Real Bruce Wayne. Sex. This 6-week break is already brutal. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. Are they, though? They are. We've already bored and it's only been 2 days into this 6-week pause. How are we bored? We just had the sickest debate ever. Super Shotgun is still wanting to kill me. I can feel his hatred for me from across the computer screen. Super Shotgun's so angry at me. What do you mean we're bored? This is peak Dougie's Corner content, M Operator. This is how the channel started, debating and arguing with each other. This is as good as the channel gets, mate. We're peaking right now. I don't hate you, you're just being obtuse. I'm sorry, Shotgun. Sickest debate ever, Dougie. I listen to your opinion, but at some point you got to move on. I disagree. I think I'm right. We got to move on. But now we're just talking in circles. At some point, you just have to move on. And I'm the one running the channel, so I've moved on. I think I'm right. You guys weren't able to convince me. You guys were able to convince me with Joshua Van. You weren't able to convince me with this one. I think I'm right. Not even Doug can create a better list than me. Give me a second, Junior. Peak Dougie's content is Fight Matrix. Don't ever disrespect the channel's trademark again. It feels wrong having Nasadina Mavov above Tatsuro Taira. It just doesn't feel right. But Kyle Barelho, Israel Adesanya, and Brendan Allen, and Jared Cannonier, even though it was an early stoppage, he was beating Jared Cannonier throughout the entire fight until it ended too early. That's better than Brandon Moreno and Hong Song Park and Alex Perez in 2024. They're better wins. You're all wrong and I'm right, Dougie 2025. It's true. Obtuse. You're being obtuse. People wanted my opinion. I give them my petition. Thank you. When you get hired to do a plastering, though, that could be done in a couple of days, you deliberately take a week just to show you're well-rounded. Shotgun, don't start again. Do not start again. Brandon Moreno is a better win in 2025 than Izzy. Sleeping Izzy, though? Yeah. You haven't used that word today. I thought I would write it for you. Oh, thank you, mate. I'm not trying to obfuscate Shotgun here. Going on your metric of putting Gary above Morales, Ian is above, Imavov is above Tatsuro Taira. That's why I was going to put Imavov above Tatsuro Taira. And I'm looking at it and I don't like it, but that's where my head was. Impression of Dictator Dougie telling his chat his opinion is the only correct. My opinion will be the only one. Dougie, did you not read my verdict? No, what was your verdict? Morales should definitely go above Ian Gary. Skills don't matter if you're fast asleep. Okay, thank you, real Bruce Wayne. Too bad I don't care about your opinion either on this. I'm correct. Even your neighbors can't complain about the girth of this stream. I know, we are going to wrap it up. It's been 2 hours. I'm going to do this last one and we're going to wrap it up. When you're about to finish, do you stop and delay it another 15 minutes to show your well-roundedness in bed? I do, actually, sometimes, Eric. I do sometimes. Shocker, I'm not debating you with this anymore. They're different things. It's a land whale, by the way. You don't know. If it's a land whale, I get out of there as quick as I can. Shotgun no, he didn't. Shotgun's wrong. Turn off the music? No, we're wrapping up. It's been 2 hours. You'd last more with a land now? Dougie Hog. Can't believe Dougie banned Sharma. I didn't ban Sharma! I did not ban Sharma. Sharma's still welcome here. Why aren't there any women in here? Why aren't there any women in here? Why aren't there any women on the list? I've got to put Nasadina Mavov above Tatsuro Taira. And I don't like it, but I kind of have to. Right? I kind of have to. You are wrong, Super Shotgun. You are wrong. Shotgun needed to work on his delivery. He did need to work on his delivery. Any list is better than the Bluehead list, even if it's coming from a dyslexic man. Why does my dyslexia have got anything to... Why has it got anything to do with this? What? Shotgun types like he's never watched Champions League. Dougie knows deep down you're right. I, honest to God, Shotgun, completely disagree with you and think I am right. Respectfully. That's why I don't want to get into it. I don't want us to yell at each other, but we're just reiterating the same points, so I chose to move on. You made your points. I disagree. I think my points hold more truth. I'm not going to say them all again. We did it. It's behind us. No more Shotgun. No more debating it. I'm not debating it with you anymore. I'm literally leaving. It's at the end. No more. No more Shotgun. No more. No muss. No muss. I disagree. And I'm in charge, so I get to make the list. No muss. No more. Put him down. Put him down, Shotgun. Put him down. You put those fingers down, Shotgun. We're getting out of here. Let's start this over. We're not starting it over. We're getting out of here. We're getting out of here. We're getting out of here. Can you ask Chad how long they'd lasted on Alexa Grasso's feet? Oh, about as long as this stream went for, Yog. Morales or Gary and White? No, I'm so disheartened that Allberg is going to chin Yuri. Mate, Yuri's going to beat Allberg. Don't worry about that. Dougie, it's okay to change your mind and agree with Shotgun. I disagree with Shotgun, and yes, that is the old Yog. That is the old Yog. I miss old Yog. Nah, blue hair wins. See, you guys just bullshit, mate. You guys are just full of shit. My opinion is worth more than yours, the narcissism. It's not! I just back myself. I think I'm right. No way Allberg beats Yuri. Yeah, Yuri's gonna win. No, Shotgun! No! No more. No, dude. Put it down, Shotgun. Put it down. We disagree. We disagree. It's okay. We don't have to agree on everything, Shotgun. Put it down. If anything, my opinion is worth more. That's why we have the top 10. Oh, God. All right. That was ESPN's top. What are we at to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So ESPN, the bluehead, whatever it is at ESPN, said Ilya Tapuria, Dakota Ditcheva, Joshua Van, Jack Della Maddalena, Michael Morales, Ian Gary. Ha! Ha! The Liberals had Michael Morales above Ian Gary. I wonder why. And then they had Usman Nurmagomedov and then Umar Nurmagomedov. We, the Chads on Dougie's Corner, over on Chaddy's Corner, said Ilya Tapuria, Joshua Van, Jack Della Maddalena, Armin Sarukian, Ian Gary above Michael Morales where he should be. Nasruddin Mavov and Tatsuro Taira. That is it. I'm getting out of here. We will pick this up later because it is a proper top 30. So we will pick this up later. I don't hate you, Eric. Oh, Dougie Raiders like you just watched Real Madrid Champions League. Okay. Should never made the poll. Dougie's dyslexia versus Boo agenda for it. True. I didn't come here to take part. I came here to take over. But no, Shotgun. I'm not reading it. I'm not arguing with you anymore. Does ESPN hire some gay guy to do the list in a men's sport? Probably. Dougie's list is shit. That's why I voted against it for the blue hair. Okay. We'll never get to a whole 30. Oh, we will, Alpeg. I spent 2 weeks doing the best boxes in the UFC once, and I've got nothing but time, cunt. We'll get there. Dougie loves all of it. I do love all of you. All of you. Be right back, letting him punch me in the face just to show my chin off. All right, Shotgun. Ian Gary's had more ranked wins, and he's shown more skills in the cage. Ian Gary is a better fighter than Michael Morales. That is the end. I'm out of here. Shotgun disagrees. I disagree with him. That is all good. I hope you guys have a great afternoon. I will see you guys maybe for an early morning quickie in the morning. Maybe I'll make a video just describing why Ian Gary... Maybe I'll do a 20-minute video prescribing why Ian Gary's better than Michael Morales. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Go to bed if you're in America. Ian Gary video incoming. I know. BRB letting my opponent put me in a heel book to show how well-rounded I am. Oh, so good. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I told you guys, we got plenty to do for 6 weeks. Plenty to do. Career watches, matrices, lists, plenty to do. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night if you're in America and Canada. Have a good afternoon if you're in Australia. Have a good... I could make that video, Justin Kennedy. It would be so fucking funny. Have a good day if you're in Europe. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.